locally for so many years.
Faith Evans, I would say. That bitch is pretty.
I'm not the only one who's misunderstood.
She reminds me a lot of myself.
I'm not the only one that's a mixed breed girl.
I'm not brown skin.
You're black? What the hell's the difference?
But I'm not brown skin. I know I'm black with a white mama.
But why do you care what their complexion is? That's retarded.
Because that's what he used to be with, and that's what he
So
used to
what?
do.
But look what he's got now. Are you serious?
Yeah, well, Gary lose it.
It's hard out here for biracial girls, honey. It really is. Y'all think it's easy, you know, it's not. You know, your mama's her lover, and you know, your daddy's, you know, a sellout because he want to mess with the white girls. You know, black women ain't enough for him.
I'm the product of a black mother who got pregnant by a white musician who his family felt that way. They felt like, you know, obviously they didn't want him to have a baby by a black woman. I've never met my father, but none of that comes to play into the person that I am.
Faith and I have been friends forever.
I've always looked up to Nikki because she's been like a fountain of ideas. She's just like always budding with things that she got going on.
I'm working on a lot of things. I'm getting a little more involved behind the camera. I produced an amazing show, Soul Kids Cabaret. 2 or 3 TV ideas. I'm always thinking of brands.
She's all over the place. The energy's like a ball of energy.
I'm very focused.
50 million things going on in her mind. It's like, slow down. But that's it's part of her charm.
I guess I am all over the place.
Nikki was talking about some different shows and stuff she's putting together. I drive all the way back home. Then she calls me and says, come back to Atlanta the next day because she talking about I got to do meetings and stuff. So it's been a very long week. I'm very tired.
Where's Tisha? I need some kind of lawyer. Because this is some bullshit. Me and Tisha like to have nice things.
That's right.
Exhibit A. Look what's happening. Bang! I don't see nothing wrong with this. She took her time and made it. I told her I won't want to.
I was challenged over and over with my beauty, with my talent. I recognize something that is familiar when it pops up and it shows its ugly head.
We all crazy as hell, trying to starve ourselves to death and trying to be skinny. I tell my manager, she's fat. She needs to lose weight. It's not about the music, it's about my looks.
I was big as hell. I'm not even gonna hold you up. Large. 285 pounds to be exact. My husband looked at me and he was like, just do something about it. If you're not happy or you don't like the way you look, just do something about it.
We worked out, we boxed. Kiki showed up with a McDonald's bag.
Some of us like to get 3 and 4 cheeseburgers, 2 or 3 French fries, and a McFlurry.
And we wonder why they call us fat.
Yes. So how's everybody doing tonight? Yeah. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. See, it seems like somebody's soul, your very soul is crying out that you want to touch this stage. If that is you, let me hear you say, yeah! Yeah! Ooh! Ooh! Is it you? So how bad do you want it? Do you want it like your grandma's sweet potato pie?
I want it bad as my mama's fried
like your hanky.
You like this hanky?
Yeah.
You want it?
That's a nice light.
Do I want it?
If you want to give it to me.
Of course I want to give it to you.
Men and children had their lives cut short because of domestic violence.
This kind of violence is prevalent in our society.
Unfortunately, many people have experienced or even watched their loved ones go through
adolescent relationship abuse. No boundaries.
We're talking about domestic violence.
I just don't want it to be about no damn domestic violence. I'm a fucking singer!
My mother's boyfriend beat her so badly one time that I had to go see her at the hospital. That really did something to me. Not only did he ruin my mother's life, but he helped ruin mine.
Like, how could you even look at yourself in the mirror? How could you even want to be alive after you touch your own child? And then Tony's mad.
Well, it was kind of hard when she was in jail, Tony.
Stop judging me. I'm tired. Y'all judging me. I don't be wanting to mess my kid's life up.
No, it's not. I don't want all this to happen with Dad getting all angry and stuff.
This ain't just now all of a sudden we fight back and forth.
Dad doesn't just do that just to do that, right?
He shouldn't do it at all. My daughters need to see a strong mother. And I am strong. I am strong. I just called her because I said I need her. I was like, Mom, please come get me.
We're there for you no matter what. No matter what situation in your life. I love you no matter what.
She ain't going with you either. Pedophile, child molesting ass bitch.
That is bullshit.
This is like my whole
Once again, everybody goes off on me.
Living with someone that molested our mom.
Sarah's daddy is a fucking animal. That motherfucker's up for me. Do something dumb so I can get locked the fuck up and do something to him.
From being molested multiple times.
They have some kind of a past. That past do not dictate their future.
I don't know, man. There's a lot of broken things.
My name is Crystal Wilson. I was born in Atlanta. I am and will always be a Georgia peach. I'm organized noise, I'm outcast. I'm that girl who was rapping in Atlanta before anybody was even making any noise in Atlanta. A lot of you all will remember me from the Players Club as Ronnie, the villain. I wanted to be a rapper. I thought I was gonna be Little Kim before Little Kim. I opened concerts for NWA when I lived in Northern California. I had just moved back to Atlanta. I remember a situation that happened during Freaknik. It was 1993. I remember not really wanting to go. I have a nervous energy about me when it comes to crowds. I was able to quickly think about, I don't want to kill him, but I don't want him to kill me.
My name is Stacey J. Johnson. I was born in Los Angeles, California. I was raised in Memphis, Tennessee, Orange Mound. This is the O and this is the M. Holla, okay, A-ball, MJG, you know what it is. I was educated at Spelman College. After I graduated from Spelman, I moved to LA. I wanted to be an actress. I did Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and The Thin Line Between Love and Hate, which I played Peaches. After that, I became a top fundraiser in the city of Atlanta. August 23rd, 2012, my life took a dramatic change. I was pulled over. He arrested me for DUI. Because I was in politics, it was blown out of control because of my associations. I had to resign from my job. I was literally on the floor crying for weeks and weeks.
Just say a prayer for me, and hopefully I'll be back next Saturday.
My name is Christine Beatty. I am 45 years old, born and raised in the city of Detroit. I'm a mother of 2 wonderful girls. Being the chief of staff of the city of Detroit was an extreme honor for me. I knew Kwame Kilpatrick since high school. He decided to run for mayor. We were great friends. I got involved in an affair with the mayor. We crossed lines that we had no business crossing. The consequences were huge. Probably the worst struggle in my life. It was devastating.
My name is Kim Smedley. I was born and raised in Atlanta. I sometimes go by the name of Madam Kim Smedley. A lot of people don't know what a madam is, but a madam is a businesswoman that has a non-traditional way of doing business. And everything in my life from the age of 22 has been very non-traditional. It was very interesting how I started doing the silicone injections. My background is in cosmetology, and it was at that time that I was introduced to that life. You know, if I had known that I was going to have to deal with the DEA, IRS, I would not have been involved in it. My daughter, it affected her in so many different ways. She was so afraid that she was going to lose me. I felt like I was just leaving her.
This is my other baby. How are you?
Hi, how are you?
You look precious.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Crystal, this is Kim Smedley.
Stacey J and I have been knowing each other for years. She knows me, and I'm not really up for meeting new people and things like that, but I trusted her.
It's so nice to meet you
again.
again. See you again,
Yeah. Kim Smedley.
How are you?
Atlanta is very cliquish, but I think that in any city, it's important to surround yourself with, I call it your village tribe.
Are you going somewhere else when you leave here?
I don't know yet. Maybe.
Oh, 'cause you're dressed, girl. Yeah, she's dressed.
Well, I mean, you know me, and you definitely know me.
know. Extra is my name for you.
Hello.
I met Stacey about 2 years ago through a mutual friend of ours.
She never said she didn't like me, but I am a lot of energy.
So, you ladies know, I've known you a while. You're one of my closest friends now. And we've all been through some things, and I always felt that we should all connect some type of way. Because, you know, Atlanta is, and we always talk about this, it's very cliquish. Very. And I always think that, especially with women here, the support is usually not there, especially women who have had some things and gone through some things, and then we're always looked at as being something that we're really not.
It's always good to meet new women. You know, good to meet folks trying to reinvent themselves, do what they need to do, and I think probably that's what we all have in common.
Yeah. You can't do it all alone. Everyone needs somebody.
So I'm glad that I did show up. I mean, I'm glad that you all showed up because she's right. She's emailing me, you know.
Girl.
Honey, she wants you to go to the opening
Single
of an envelope.
ladies.
Becoming friends and developing relationships is going to serve as a great avenue for all of us if all of us are kind of willing to open up and, you know, let each other in.
No, I was a black market underground silicone injector.
You used to just put in or do you take out?
Put in.
I need all because
I used to. I don't do it anymore. I had a gay friend that worked in the salon with me, and he was doing the silicone injections. When he passed away, his lover passed the business on to me. I went from doing 10 clients in one session to doing 20 and 30 clients in one session. In 3 years, I made $1.5 million. I ended up going to federal prison for doing the injections.
You may remember the story of Kimberly Smedley. She traveled all over the East Coast for about 13 years, illegally injecting thousands of women with silicone in their breasts and buttocks.
I was incarcerated for 17 months, and I actually went to a transition home for 6 months.
At some point in my life, I would have thought, oh my God, somebody could die from this.
Coming up on From the Bottom Up.
Somebody just started yelling out obscenities, just yelling things out at us. Of all the people that he decides to grab, he grabs me. Pulling me. I was close enough to kill him.
I was was a black market underground silicone injector. People still call me to this day looking for me to do the injections. I face temptations on a daily basis.
I have the fat at the top of the knee. I would like the fat sucked out of the top of my knees. And I want it put into my breast area.
Why?
Stacey is very self-serving.
Because I would like to have larger breasts.
Why?
Because I just want them.
Really, Stacey, everybody's kind of pouring out themselves and their stories, and you kind of interrupt talking about knees and your fat knees and knee surgery.
I want to talk about your fat knees, but can I please? I want to do what you brought us together to do first.
I feel hostile.
Don't be hostile.
I feel some hostile. I'm being cut off. I feel like I'm not being able to express myself.
Nobody's cutting you off.
People have a communication.
Girl, but okay,
let me finish.
This.
Communication is two ways, or whatever.
For me, she was giving a serious story about what was going
And
on.
my knees are serious to me.
No. Okay.
Maybe to you.
Okay. Come on.
People, they think I'm this diva, that it's all about me, and I'm not.
I want to hear what happened with you.
Ooh,
you don't.
okay, long story. Kwame and Kwame Kilpatrick was the mayor of Detroit, but he and I go back to high school. We've known each other since we were 14 years old. You know, I was married, he was married, and we started having an affair. When we were asked about our affair in a court of law, so of course we perjured ourselves on the stand, so I ended up getting 2 wonderful felonies as a result, which will of course be on the record for the rest of my life, and went to jail for 3 months.
The hardest thing I've ever done in my life was walking away from my children in January of 2009 to begin serving a jail sentence.
I'd never heard that story.
That's because you be too busy talking.
Crystal.
Really?
Thanks.
I'm glad
Anyway, you know what? For some reason, I'm sensing a lot of shade from Crystal. She should really watch it before I call her out. Did you stop, Freaknik? Did you shoot somebody? Because somebody told me. Crystal Wilson? I'm sorry.
I want you to stop.
And I never do that. Maybe because I don't ask the questions. You shot somebody doing Freaknik and Freaknik?
Years ago.
It doesn't matter how many times I tell the story. It doesn't even matter what face I have on. When I tell the story, nobody can really imagine how traumatic that was for me.
I've always carried a gun since I was very young.
She got a gun in her purse right now.
I love it, do you?
We were getting out of my vehicle. Somebody just started yelling out obscenities.
Of all the people that he decides to grab, he grabs me.
Oh, no.
Pulling me. I said, oh Lord, let me get my damn gun. So he's pulling me. I said, this is really serious.
Oh.
So I shoot a warning shot in the air. His friend said, oh my God, he shot that bitch. So when I shot the warning shot, he just kind of laughed. And did like this, baby, before you know, wah, wah. I was close enough to kill him, but I was able to think where to shoot him to not kill him, to just keep him from hurting me. Is there anything that I'm proud of?
You never heard my whole ordeal.
No, I hadn't.
I don't think I ever heard yours either. Why don't you share your stuff with us?
This is really always difficult to talk about. My mother had stage 4 colon cancer. And I left my acting career and I moved to Atlanta. Before my mother died, she said, I need you to get your life together. That's how I ended up in politics, because right after my mom died, I felt like I made a commitment to her to get my life together. I became a top fundraiser in the city of Atlanta. I was in the car with 2 of my friends. I'm on 85, going 82. I was pulled over and the guy gave me 7 tickets. He gave me a ticket for, and I wasn't even drunk. He gave me a ticket for reckless driving, DUI, driving too close, breathing too hard. Looking too cute.
Something don't add up. You don't get 7 tickets for not doing anything.
And then of course you had to be let go from the administration, I'm sure.
No, I wasn't let go.
You resigned.
I resigned.
Yeah. You say you resigned, it definitely looks better than saying you were fired. I would have done the same thing.
I have another friend of mine who's actually thinking of coming down from Detroit. I would love to just have her feel the energy of women who've been through something, still going through something, coming out, and able to actually rebuild.
My name is Sarah Stokes. You might remember me from Diddy's Making the Band.
We had one of the craziest shows on MTV. called Making the Band. I was in a group called The Band. We definitely made some history with that show. I was the only singer of the band.
Sarah Stokes was arrested and jailed after a knockdown, drag-out brawl with her husband of 19 years. Stokes was arrested and charged with domestic abuse.
We both have had, our craziness and our crazy moments. I just kind of lost control a little bit. I ended up in jail.
Coming up on From the Bottom Up.
I brought my kids to see you in jail, right?
Yeah, I wanted my kids to come.
Okay.
Guess what? I didn't want you to really come. Why do you think I'm in jail in the first place? Because of them?
I have another friend of mine who's actually thinking of coming down from Detroit.
But when I first stepped foot out of jail, my God, I had basically 90 days, 2.5 months. That's a long damn time. It was just all crazy. My first time even stepping outside, without shackles. I'm getting served divorce papers and custody battle paper. Time, I was like, man, please. I don't even want to see your face. I'm angry with you. I can laugh and cry in jail. And I come out here and I'm stressed. As soon as I hit the dang on street, boom, it's stress. I shouldn't have been in there for no domestic violence stuff. I felt like he should have been in there with me.
I brought my kids to see you in jail, right?
Why do you think I'm in jail in the first place? Because of them? You say, oh, mom's leaving us. Mom's leaving us. I'm not leaving them. I may be leaving you, but not them.
Oh, is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
Why didn't you tell me?
I did tell you that. You served me divorce papers in jail.
Exactly.
And custody papers.
I've been taking care of you more than half your freaking life, Sarah.
Yeah, you have.
Are you serious?
Yeah, you have. Thank you.
More than half of your life.
Look at the care you've taken. I'm coming out of the Dane County Jail. Thank you.
Please,
You've done a great job. I am not trying to go back to that mess no more. I'm sick of it.
I don't know. I just want our whole family just to be okay, Mom.
This is Kane's
We can with God. With God, He could do anything as long as you have the will, as long as Dad has the will, and we have the will.
I'm so proud of you, and I do have the will. The toughest thing for me, being away from my girls and my son. I mean, my children are everything to me. It's been 18 years I've been married to him, to your father. And I'm not angry anymore.
And it's not a
I'm not
waste.
angry and I'm not mad and I don't hate him. But sometimes it's time to let go. When things are not getting better and it only getting worse and worse to the point where now I'm in jail, what do you think is after jail? Me and Dad are toxic. I see it. I'm feeling it. I'm living it.
There's just so much barriers and stuff that we have to go through, and that's gonna make us strong, Mom. Through everything. 18 years didn't just go down the drain of okay, now we're just gonna stop. And just stop loving each other, stop being together.
This is not my life, man. This is not the life that I want you to see me displaying. I'm away from y'all. I can't even hug you guys. As a mother, honestly, I just was feeling what kind of failure, kind of mom am I?
You wanna really get real? Baby, you said 18 years. Let's get really real.
Don't bring up no stuff and then let me go ham on you.
You just, don't
You
act
tried
like
to sabotage everything I've ever had.
Oh, I just been a horrible guy.
I just didn't
I've
say
been
that. I
through
didn't say
some with
And
you.
I've been through some with you that no other chick would have took. They would have dropped you to the curb 2 seconds.
Really?
Yeah. I was so pissed at Tony. I'm like, how dare you?
Well, we could get past all that. Only thing I'm trying to find out is what's up with you.
What's up is
What
I'm
are
trying
you
to get some
gonna
peace
do?
of mind.
All right, so what do you want to do?
I got more peace of mind in jail. That's messed up.
Really?
I'm just saying, it's too much.
Hey, Sarah, is Elijah my son?
See what I'm saying?
Is he my son?
Low.
No, not
You
low,
low,
blow.
low.
We gonna go in the real. Is he my
Are
son?
the other kids mine? No.
Is he my son?
Where is your heart, man? That's his son. I'm not out of their lives. I'm out of your life.
Coming up next on From the Bottom Up.
Go our separate ways.
So you want a divorce? You want to go follow through with that?
I mean, that's how I feel. You sent me divorce papers in jail. So
Okay,
hey,
time out.
it's time for me to go out there and just live my destiny. Live what God wants me to do.
Hey, Sarah, it's Christine. It's Chris Beatty. How are you?
Lord, you just don't even know. But rising back up, you know, I'm still on my grind, you know, just ready for some changes, man, ready to do some stuff.
You know what? It's interesting you say that. I actually just had a lunch the other day with some ladies down here in Atlanta, and I mentioned your name just as somebody who may be able to benefit from having a similar battle right now, and just as that support network. I would love for you to come to Atlanta for a little bit.
Just coming out of jail, and I've already been away from my kids for that long, and then just all the drama. I'm not sure if that's like the best move for me, but things gotta change. Today, I know my girls are coming over to see me at the hotel. Hey. Hi. We'll see how this goes. This situation is just too much.
I'm sorry we ended on a bad note yesterday.
No, you don't have to apologize for that. Shoot, I'm apologizing for what? Going to jail? Being away? It was not worth it. It was not worth it in the end. None of that. It wasn't worth it.
We honestly felt like we were in there with you, Mom. Because you're like my best friend, so not being able to like talk to you or even touch you at all, it's just...
Yeah, I know. You're gonna make me cry, man. I'm trying to I was crying all day yesterday. You know, I love your dad. I do. I'm gonna always love him. But I just feel like at this point in my life, and the point where he's at, I just feel like me and him cannot get along. We cannot be together. It's like, it's toxic. Where I'm ending up in jail, you know, dad's ended up going crazy. You know what I'm saying?
He's missing you.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I miss all of y'all. But sometimes it's like, it's good to take a break. And I'm not saying, jail is not a break.
Yeah.
Jail is not a break. I mean, I was in there going crazy, not being able to touch and hold my kids. Looking at them behind some glass, can't even reach out and give my kids a hug if I wanted. And I really felt like I shouldn't have been in there. I felt like Dad should have been in there with certain stuff. And you guys know that. Y'all been around.
Everybody hates him because of how everyone portrays him, and he's not even like that. He's not a mean guy. My dad
I didn't say he was, man, but I just
does
don't
anything
like...
for you. He put his life on the line for you.
And
he
I
loves
put my
you.
life on the line for your father, too.
Yeah.
I have done
Okay.
a lot of
Dad.
great things for your father as well.
And so
and
it just
I
all
would
should
never
stop.
down your dad. That's the thing. I didn't say he was a bad person. It's just some of the choices and some of the things he's done to me have been bad.
Dad's been praying every day. He cries every night for you in the middle of the
You
night.
know, I'm not trying to make Dad look bad. I just feel like me and him can't do this no more. Sometimes it's called an exit. It's time to go. And that does not mean that I'm not gonna be in your lives. I'm here for y'all 100%, whatever you need.
We need you to come home.
My girls, they love us together.
Hey, Dad.
When things are bad, it can be super bad all the way. And I'm just tired of the bad. It seems like it's overpowering the good.
How are you?
I'm good. Better. Much better. You know, I don't want to break up the marriage and I don't want to be away from the family, but things gotta change, man. I gotta change myself first.
What y'all been doing?
Man, just sitting here talking, telling them that no matter what, just being grown about the situation, you know? You know, both me and you have both been through from, you know, young on up. You know, so I can't point no fingers at you and I, you know, I gotta look in the mirror first. I just know that right now the main focus is these babies right here. And they not even babies no more. You can always be my babies, but, you know, and I know you've been doing a great job and I appreciate you holding it down. You're a good dad. I was just telling them that no matter what, we're gonna both be there for them. But maybe we just need to just chill for a minute.
What does that mean?
It just means go our separate ways.
So you want a divorce? You want to go follow through with that?
I mean, that's how I feel. You sent me divorce papers in jail, Tony. Well, it was about a month when next thing you know, they were like, Sarah Stokes, here you go, you've been served papers. What, you obviously felt like that. I just know right now I need a break. I need to go out there and do my thing.
Time out.
It's time for me to go out there and just live my destiny. Live what God wants me to do. You know?
think God
no,
wants you to
honestly,
tear apart
do you
your
think God
family?
wants me to be in jail either?
Sarah.
There's a lot of things that me and you have both done to each other where it would have been like, okay.
It's like I can't get a word.
Because there's really nothing else to say. I just told you how I feel.
Just the lying, cheating, and drinking, and the kids know
Tony,
about all that.
Tony, I don't want to go back to who did what. Tony, we've been doing this junk since we first got married.
Sarah, you cheating with a
Tony,
and taking our money?
Tony, you cheated on me. I can't even count on my hands how many times. It don't matter. We could go on for days.
That's bullshit. That is bullshit, man.
Okay, Tony.
What am I supposed to do? My heart is over here freaking for real torn into pieces.